What's up, guys? This is a quick look inside the Poker Mindset Mastery program. As you can see here, this is the login page, my beautiful face here. This is actually a real life friend of mine who is a poker player who I worked with, so that was very cool. And here we are on the beach in Mexico, yada, yada, yada. What's important here is we get to the modules, right? In the first module, we're starting out with the notion that you cannot fix what you can't see. Basically, if you could understand a view of your life the way someone else who was highly experienced in optimizing the lifestyle and habits of a poker player might see your life, you might notice some more things, right? And we all need to shift our perspective before we can shift our life. Because if we already knew everything to do to make our life better, we'd already be doing it, right? Like there's some lack of knowledge. Even if it's like we kind of know what we should do, but we don't do it, there's a lack of knowledge in the how to actually okay and do it. You know, how do we actually follow through? Because if you knew better, you'd do better. So in the first module, I'm just going to click in here a little bit. We explain to you how to kind of shift your awareness and gain a perspective on new things. And we use meditation, we use understanding like how you got into poker, why you're in this course in the first place, understanding like who you are on a conceptual level. We go really deep because we really want to help you understand how to view your life in a way where you get to be in control and you get to change things. And you get to also accept that which is outside of your control on an emotional level so that you can really just be as effective as possible and stop wasting your time and your energy giving your care to things that, you know, there's nothing coming back from it. So in every module, we kind of recommend our values here to you to make sure that you really solidify these things, like how to actually go through an online course, because so many people buy online courses, and as you've heard me say before, they don't learn from them. And what makes my program different is I really spell out, look, not just the information, but how to actually get this information to the level of action in your life so your life is changing. Because that's what I'm here for, right? I made this program as a vehicle to help you change your life. And if you just, you know, buy it and then you don't watch the videos, you start to watch it and then you don't like really do the stuff, well, like what do you think is going to happen? And that's why it's so important to really be in a program that is designed for your success, as Poker Mindset Mastery is. So in this video series, you're going to learn an awareness about what's going on in your life, why you haven't been able to change in the past, and what is really happening with you. That's what this tool kind of breaks down for you. You're going to get a really good idea of where your time is going and what's actually going on in your life. So there's no bullshit. You're not bullshitting yourself, you're not bullshitting me, you're not bullshitting the community. A really hard, honest look at your life. From there, we take you into the second module where you learn to kind of observe what's going on. So we talk about what hasn't worked before, you know, what's all the noise in my head. We're talking about, you know, relating meditation to your daily life and starting to gain an awareness of the stories that you tell yourself and how those stories are, you know, playing into what ends up happening, what actions you end up taking, what things you do, what things you don't do. We look at your energy levels, how to feel more active, because ultimately, like, it doesn't help to know what you should do if you don't have the get up and go to do it. So we help you understand how to live in such a way that will cultivate more get up and go, more energy, more enthusiasm for life on a regular basis. So we look at your emotional motivation, your physical health, like all of those things are, you know, internally really important. Without them, you're going to feel like the car doesn't have any gas. So we look at that. We look at the neuroscience behind habit formation. This is a very, very well-reviewed video by my members. People really love this one. It goes in, it's over an hour long, and it, you know, draws upon a lot of the best concepts that many authors have written about in habit formation and neuroscience and breaks it down in a way that you're going to be able to understand. So, I mean, I read basically every book there is on habits. You know, I read probably 400 books in the research for this course. And what I did was I basically took the best ideas and I put it into something that you can't help but understand. So, you know, we put things down in an easy way, without losing specificity and nuance. So we make sure to really keep what's true and keep what's important while still making it consumable and actionable. So we look at neuroplasticity, and I explain these things and, you know, just what you really need to understand I don't skimp on things that are going to be helpful for you, but I don't unnecessarily confuse the topic. I keep it very based on what's going to help you take action in your life and make changes, because I know that's what you're here for. As we go on, apparently I talk a lot about neurogenesis. There's my voice. We get to the garden of your brain, and we talk about how neurons form synaptic connections and how this whole process works. And if you ever tried to change something and found it to be hard, these videos and understanding the way change works in your brain is going to make it, oh my God, so much easier. Because when it's hard, you'll understand why it's hard, why it won't be hard forever, and how to make it less hard in the moment, how to accept how hard it actually is sometimes, and how to regrow the garden of your mind to be a beautiful place full of flowers rather than a place full of weeds and blah blah blah. So we really go deep here on the neuroscience of your brain and how habits work, and then we move on and we relate it to your schedule as a poker player and how you can basically set yourself up for success. This is some of the stuff in the course I'm very proud of. In every episode of our course, every module, these modules, this is like 10 hours of content, I think. We have meditations that you do every day, and those meditations are recorded myself, and a lot of them have special brainwave entrainment to help guide you into different states of consciousness where it's easier to access the patterns in your brain and make changes to them. So in order to rewire your brain, in order to think differently, in order to behave differently, you need to be able to get past your analytical mind. And as poker players, that's very hard because we actually have a very strong analytical mind. Like, one of our biggest talents is our analytical mind. And then you're like, okay, but I need to go beyond my analytical mind into my subconscious, into my emotive body, and shift something so I can feel better tomorrow. I want to feel better now, and I want to do it fast, and I don't want to have to explain everything to myself. I just want to get there. So what I do in this program is I both, feed your intellectual mind the things it needs to understand for these shifts to take place and to work, while also kind of using the ninja techniques, using meditation, using binaural beats, using different ways of shifting your subconscious. So we get you to a different place mentally in a very real way by working from both sides. In the third module of the program, we help you focus, because I've never met a poker player who didn't want to focus better. We help you eliminate distraction in your life, understand how focus works. We have more videos that go deep dive on the same kind of brain, mind, body understanding, neuroscience, awareness, blending all these topics together. And this is another part of the course that's been very, very well reviewed by our members. People really love this, and they feel it's fundamentally very different than anything they found anywhere else. And that is really a result of the kind of the work that went into this course and the work that I've done with so many poker players on so many topics. So I've worked with people from 25 different countries or more, at least 300 players by now, and I've really faced just so many challenges with them and been able to find solutions, and I really love this stuff. I love finding ways to help people, to heal people, to help them, shed old traumas, to move through things and to change their emotional responses and just to be happier on a day-to-day basis. So, one of the main things, if you're shifted internally, the things that are upsetting you now, they don't anymore. And then your life quality gets so much better, and then you have so much more focus to put on the tangible things to get results, and then you can actually just make more money much easier because you can focus on the things that make you a better player rather than spending all this unnecessary time caught up in, honestly, bullshit. But it's very hard to let that stuff go when nobody's helping you to do that. And that's why I made this program, to help you end all of the unnecessary suffering in your life as best as you can. Because I guarantee you, a large percentage of the time you spend in your life right now unhappy, unmotivated, unfocused, and ineffective is totally optional. But you don't know how to change it, so it doesn't feel optional. But once you realize it's not serving you, and you have the ability to, reclaim that time, your whole life is different. So this is for me, a real reason I wanted to make this program for you, because I know how much more you would be capable of if you could live in the life of your best self more often and really let this shit go. The stuff that holds you back, the stories, the bullshit beliefs, the limiting beliefs, the emotional reactions, the traumas imprinted from childhood, all this nonsense that basically keeps you stuck. We got a way out. And that's what we're really making sure that you're able to understand and implement in your life. So we help you regain your focus, we help you understand what's important, but really it's all speaking to that deeper understanding that really informs the surface level stuff. Like if you don't heal and solve the deep issues, all the techniques and strategies, they're not really of much use. It's really about understanding why you can know the right answer and have trouble to pull the trigger, and then how to change that. In the fourth module, we really do focus on the things that have been coming up as difficulties so far in the first module. So we start focusing on what is going on with you internally. Don't get carried away by the names here, kind of the devil's thermostat, just having a little bit of fun. But, we really look at the parts of ourselves that we're not so proud of, and how to start understanding why these things exist, what purpose they serve when we form these bad habits, what they're tripping us up with, what the troubles are, and how to really change, let them go forever, and really be a different version of yourself. This is the thing that most people, when they're on the fence about buying a program, it's because they're not really sure it's possible for them. They're like, I've been this person for so long, I've tried so many things that didn't work, I read so many books, I understand my problems so well, but I'm still struggling to change. I think I'm just going to be this way forever. And I get it, because I used to feel that way with all the unsatisfying habits I had, all the issues I had, all my insecurities, all my depression, anxiety, all this stuff. I felt, oh my God, like it's not endless. There is a way out. You can solve this stuff. And ultimately, poker is a very excellent tool for helping you bring up your shit. All your issues around injustice, unworthiness, dissatisfaction with life, unfairness, grief, envy, jealousy, all of this lower level emotional baggage that keeps you stuck in a state less than joy, less than peace, less than tranquility, less than enlightenment, if you will. All of this stuff gets brought up by poker. So it's a perfect tool to clear this stuff out. And this is the version of Poker Mindset Mastery that exists as of now. And by joining our program, you also gain access to the content that is coming down the pipeline, which is all connected to how to really create your highest self, your vision for your life, how to connect to that vision daily to stay inspired, and also how to start thinking bigger and planning your goals outside of poker, really understanding who you are, who you want to show up as in the world, and just how exactly to do that. We really bring you into connection with your intuition, with your own vision for your life, and help you shed conditioning, programming, toxic patterns, and all the stuff that happens in life that makes you a product of your culture, or a product of your environment, or a symptom of your surroundings, rather than a conscious creator of your life. It's amazing how people don't seem to understand that everything you have in your life comes from a vision that you once had, a dream, a goal. One day you decided, I can be a poker player, and that put you on this path. And the reason I would like you to succeed so much in poker is so you can realize, holy shit, you can succeed in so many things when you take the same kind of approach of understanding that what you believe is possible for you is what's going to define what's possible for you. And when you start to understand that, and you start to embody that, and really set your sights higher and set your standards higher, your life will change. And in this program, we really, really, more than anything, change your standards and your environment. Because our standards that we uphold in our environment will be different than yours. And you will see why, the benefit, and you will realize this has been something that's been missing in your life. So let me show you briefly our community. I know I say briefly a lot when we talk, but a lot of thought and care has gone into this program, and I want to make sure you understand what you're getting involved in. So this is our program. These are some of our founding members who I adore very much, who've really been on this journey with me for almost a year now. And we have discussion related to every topic in the program to help people, and as you can see on my screen, this is all the content in James's brain that's still planned for the program, but we are about here. And as we know, we have members who blog in our community, who share their stories, their struggles in their life as a career, as a poker player, what's worked for them, what hasn't. I have my own blog. I even share hand histories because I play quite a lot these days. We have founder blogs, which are really helpful for other people sharing the struggles they're having and being able to relate to that and understand what's working for them, and to kind of really form friendships. Like, we have group coaching every week. It's on video just like this. You really get to know the people inside this program and feel like you have friends. I mean, a lot of our guys study together. Some of our guys have met up on live stops together. One of our guys is actually even putting together a poker house right now in Malta. So we have guys who might be living together. So I don't want to spotlight too many of my members without their permission, but I know we have a section for introductory videos. So everyone makes a little funny video when they join the community. They get their 3 minutes of fame. And really it's a different experience than I think any other program you've probably been a part of. And that's what I took the time out to make this video, to help you to understand. Because I know that there's a lot of programs out there, and maybe you've tried things before and then you didn't really take the action you thought you would, and you don't really want to try to invest in another program when you haven't really seen the online programs work for you. I understand all that. I spent over $100,000 on different educational programs in the last 3 years. Some of them were fantastic, some of them were not as fantastic, but I do believe that the ones that were fantastic grossly made up for the ones that weren't. And overall, being able to learn online from people who specifically devoted their time and energy into becoming experts in the topics relevant to my life and then putting out a solution map for me, it's one of the most wonderful things the internet has brought us in 2020. Niche down, tailored solutions for the exact problems you're having. It's amazing what communication technology is allowing for us in the present moment. So we have different chats and different topics, meditation, yoga, breath work, all this stuff, diet, exercise, even NoFap, anything that our poker players can be going through that they might want to talk about. We have topics for finding study partners, cash strategy, MTT, PLO. This is a evolving segment of our community, the strategy channels. We have sections on funny stuff like pictures of people's cats, just kind of show the level of personalization and familiarity that we form between our members. People are forming real friendships and real connections. It's not just about just about numbers, But at the same time, the vast majority of our members are having the best year ever. Our results have been really stellar because everyone feels valued, they show up, they care about themselves, they care about one another, they're abundant, they're sharing their information, and they're all helping each other be better. And everyone feels that energy, and they wake up and they behave and they carry themselves with that energy. And when you feel that energy and you carry that energy throughout your life, shit starts to happen, changes start to happen, the way you see life is different. When you show up for life different, life shows up for you differently. So we have, every topic from relationships and parenting, single life, selling action, UFC chat, you name it. This is an evolving community. When a topic doesn't get much discussion, we bury it. If a topic becomes new and available and people want to talk about it, we make a chat for it. It's a very living program, because it's designed to be the thing that a poker player can turn to have solutions for whatever they're facing. And that's how life works, is in communities, right? There's a person in your community who can help you. There's a doctor, there's a dentist, there's all the different things you might need in your life. We turn to community, because to try to do everything yourself is crazy. And to be a poker player and try to solve all your own problems and do everything on your own, it's not just crazy, it's dumb. It's dumb, it's not fair to you. It's not fair to your family, your loved ones, people around you. And it's not fair to life. It's not fair to the gifts that you might be able to give, to not really learn how to be the best version of yourself. So if all that sounds good to you, and this sounds like a different program than something you've experienced before, and something you might really like to be a part of, take the time and fill out an application and do a proper job of it. And let me know how you can help make this program better than it already is. And let me know how dedicated you are to being a part of it. And either myself or a team member will get in touch. We'll do a phone interview. And if it feels right, you'll be extended an offer to join the program. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching. Please continue to support us and like our stuff on Instagram and other social channels. And we look forward to seeing you inside Poker Mindset Mastery now or in the near future. Thanks.